Live on the SRL 360.
Okay, we are live on SRL 360. How are we, Tim James, Joshua
I'm great.
Barfield, and Lachlan Martin?
I'm good.
I'm great, Liam. Thank you. Oh, dude, I don't even think the episode's done.
It's all good, mate. We'll get. Sorry for the late start, guys. I was trying to figure this out, and this is completely my bad. I don't want any blame on anyone else but me.
It's all
And we'll get on to the first game immediately. But did you want to read out your analysis?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'll do. So, first game was the Raiders versus Eels. And the main point in this game was shutting down Eli Barnes, which was done perfectly. We saw the Raiders forward pack have a pretty good game, led by Mr. Consistent Tarango. Yeah, thank you. Who made a platform for guys like Mark Iron and Joseph Black to capitalize on the go forward of the forward pack. Parramatta weren't bad, with Joey Kelly having another insane game. But this game shows when Eli Barnes isn't good, Parra don't have the firepower anymore. So they do need Eli Barnes to be on his game to have a win. And the SRL 360 MVP points went to Luke Thompson for 3. For 2, it was Joseph Black, and 1, Liam, could you... can't say his name. Thank you.
Ferretto. I'm pretty sure it was him.
Yeah. Well, no Eels players have gotten any SRL 360 MVP points so far. Bit cracker, but it's alright.
Tim, as an Eels player, do you have anything to add on this?
No, not really actually. The analysis was pretty good, but just what you said on how Eli Barnes, when he isn't good, we're not good. So I mean,
I actually disagree on the Eli Barnes thing. I actually think Eli Barnes has still hasn't. Look, you could look at it and say that he hasn't been great. I still think he's been.
Look, he's had a try. That kind of gave him pedigree on the other fullback.
Look, he's not going as good as last season, but I still think if we had known about Eli Barnes for the season, I still think that he's been doing good. I'll give you an idea for his stats right now. He's made more line breaks than Chaz Dingo, scored the same amount of tries as him, and has set up one less try than him. So,
Look, he's had a try that's kind of at the end of last game. It kind of that really gave his stats a bit of a leap. I think he's been quiet for majority of both 2 games, and you can't sit here and tell me he hasn't been quiet the first 2 games.
Look, he has been quiet. He has been quiet. But I don't think he's playing as bad as people make it out to be. I think it's just because it's not what we expect from a fullback like Eli Barnes.
I mean, you can't always point it on someone for always losing. It's not just one person; it's the entire team. So if the entire team isn't kicking, then
I'm not saying it's all Eli Barnes, but I'm just saying he's been a bit quiet, and it shows that when he's not on, they kind of are relying on him a bit too much. They need some other players to step up in. Their stars like Charlie Butler, Tim James, and Joey. Well, Joey Kelly's been a superstar though, so the platform's there. I just think that they need one more player to step up a bit more.
Look, I think it's the halves, to be honest. The halves have had a great start to the season. Look at Charlie Butler's probably been their best player in his team, and I think he he had a good game on the weekend. 202 kick meters isn't half bad. Try assist too, but you got the other guys, Jan White, very quiet this year so far. And to have a half coming off the bench last week, or was Jan White coming off the bench?
I think he was coming.
No, he wasn't coming off the bench. I think
there was someone else that was coming off the bench then.
Damien Shelford.
Oh, Shelford.
Yes, it was Damien Shelford. He's a rookie, and look, he's probably outplaying Jan White at the moment. So,
well, yeah, for this week, Damien Shelford's overtaken Charlie. We're just gonna see how he goes this week.
How long is that fair? Why has Charlie Butler been benched? I think he's been the best half for the Eels so far this season.
think it's just fitness at training. He wasn't too good, so I think we just decided to bench him for the week instead of completely dropping him. So I reckon Damien Shelford goes into 7, Jane White stays there, and Charlie maybe 8, 16, 17 men.
This is what I think they should do. I think they should have figured out 2 starting half partners, and they play 80 minutes. The other one maybe comes on around lock. And I don't think they're not doing that at the moment, aren't they? Last week, I believe they just swapped them directly. So, in my opinion, that's what they have to do.
No, I completely agree with you.
I don't think removing one of the halves. I think it just removes the entire chemistry of the team. So if we get out right, I think it's going to be a bit hard. I will say they have a lot more rookies than last year. They've got guys like, I believe they have a new. Obviously, we've got Abraham Walker and Matt Downey in there. A new back row pairing this week. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've got Taj and Xavier on the wing and centre, so they're getting to learn, know the place and all that stuff, and they're sort of just out there having a go, and we're trying to give them, try and give them enough ball to show what they're worth and all that.
Yeah, I just think, in my opinion, they need to sit on a half partner the entire half combination and stick that through for the entire game.
That's fair.
Swapping it ain't doing anything.
That's what we're looking at.
I think after this week, stick with the half partners. Maybe if you're going to change it. Have a think over the origin period and stick with it for the final 4 rounds of the season.
Well, I don't think it's just that Charlie's been bad or anything. It's just that he's not. He's just been a bit off this week with his foot and stuff. He's a bit hurt up, so that's why he's been put on the bench just to see, because he can't probably play full 80 minutes. So we give him 40 or maybe even less than that, just because we've got to make sure he's all good for the rest of the season. We don't want to lose him. We don't want to lose Charlie Butler.
Fair enough then.
But yeah, it's all good.
All right, what's the next game we have? It's the Broncos and Cowboys. It's an interesting clash, this one. Both teams really were up for it. I think overall the better team did win in the Broncos. Am I correct in saying that? Hopefully I'm not wrong. They did win, didn't they? Maybe this could be. Yeah, they did win.
Broncos did win. Broncos won, but I don't actually agree with you. I don't think they were the better team. I think the Cowboys...
I think they were. When you look at it, right, you had I think a few of their forwards. I think both teams' forward packs are really, really strong, as well as their fullbacks. Which obviously I think Koda Diab has had a very strong start to the season. 202 run meters he ran for at lock. He was a very. Was he at hooker?
He was at hooker.
Was he really at hooker? That's probably why he's been running so many meters. Who else? And that's why he ran so many meters. Pete Ferretto had a very, very strong game. Levi Raymond consisted over 5 try assists he had. What a player he's turning out to be. My God. Yeah. On the other hand, you had Cowboys. I think the big standout was Tyler Amatangi. 7 line breaks, got a double.
I had a great game.
Moana was also very solid, although he did have a couple of errors in this game, but he did run for 201 run meters. So, I think both these teams, I retract my statement from earlier. I think both these teams are going to challenge for the top 4 this season. They've proven me early on that they can challenge for it.
Yeah, they can. And they both played well, but I just thought the Cowboys were slightly better. But the thing that lost them the game was the Broncos were just slightly better with Sam Herman. He got them through, and he was just incredible with his spark, and that we know what he brings. So it's just what Herman brought to the table that won them the game, and I think Herman is a massive addition to this side.
I actually think that Levi Raymond is the reason they won. He set up all their tries. They had 5 tries.
Nah.
That is absolutely incredible by Levi Raymond.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's his name was at Broncos. What's his name? The fullback?
How the hell did he set up all
Herman,
5?
I didn't even know he was there.
He moved over the off-season. That's
I forgot about all that.
That's how we got what's it called? Chaz.
How the hell did he set up all 5 tries? What the frick?
Well, Liam, Liam just got to pass him the ball, mate. That's how you do it. All 5. Pretty good.
Well, shit.
He's,
We only got 5 assists for the comp so far, so I don't know if it hasn't updated yet or if these 5 were his first, but he's not looking amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, 5 assists is so far is pretty good, but having them come from 1, maybe 2 game. Oh yeah, we've only had 2 rounds. Forgot about that.
Yeah, we've had 2 rounds. I think he had 2 tries round 1, and then the Broncos didn't score apart from that. So he got 5. He's got 5 in 1 game. He needs to be consistent for me to consider him a top shelf half. Do we agree with that? Like,
yeah, no, I definitely agree with you there. It's like it's a little like Herben's form last year and last season, and even this season it's been little on and off. But last season, if he played consistently, he was probably one of, if not the best fullback in the comp.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
when he was on, he was insanely good. He was making line breaks left, right, and center. But it's consistency that really hurt him, and that's what the top players in the comp bring. They bring consistency, and that's why they are the best.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And I agree with you. It's exactly why they are the best, and you make a good point when you say that. And yeah,
Love the enthusiasm.
okay. Let's move on to the next game. We spent a bit too long on that game, but we will move on to the next game. And the next game, in fact, was the Rabbitohs v Warriors game. Or
I'll read this.
have we covered this game? I'm sorry.
Have we? I'm not sure.
Raiders v Warriors.
Raiders v Warriors.
Rabbitohs v Warriors.
Yeah, that was the first. Sorry, Rabbitohs v Warriors. No, we have not.
Oh,
okay. Rabbitohs v Warriors. I'll cover this. Even though this is my own team, I'll cover it. Rabbitohs and Warriors were very defensive in the first half. As we saw, they didn't score. They didn't score in the first half. Like, it was a huge defensive showout. Isaac Edwards and Ash Crutcher really controlled the game together. I mean, Ash was running to perfection, and Isaac Edwards' kicking and passing games was incredible. He is starting to really, in my eyes, make himself a top shelf half. If he continues with this consistency, he will be a top shelf half. And in the Queensland squad, which we'll cover later, he got rewarded for that, for this consistency in the first 2 games. And Isaac Edwards, as we said, he had a really good performance with 2 try assists this game, and as I said, he controlled the game to perfection. The forwards were very strong for the Rabbitohs, and I think O'Hare was just shown that he's on a very high level this season, and it shows why he is a good dummy half. And Jake Tass was awesome too. With Logan, guys, all 3 of them blokes just led the forward pack, and they were exceptional for the Bunnies. The Warriors the thing that lost them the game was they struggled to make meters, and the defense was really strong from them, which was good, but you can't win games when you can't. You cannot win games when you can't attack. You need to be able to attack. I know it's defense wins premierships, but you also need to be able to score. And it was simple as that. They just couldn't score.
Yeah, I think there's a few concerning things for the Warriors at the moment. I think their entire attack is give it to Chance Bunce and just hope.
And they didn't even do that for some of the game.
Yeah. Like, their halves really need to pick themselves up. They have, obviously, a bit of news came through the week that they're going after Will Case. Obviously, they're not happy with their the halves they got on the show at the moment. And another thing I find concerning is they really struggle to make meters out there at half. They need to fix something up, otherwise the Warriors they're gonna have to be on a really bad downward spiral from here.
Well, on the topic of Will Kay, I've known Will Kay for past 2 seasons. He was probably one of the first people I talked to as a rookie. We both had some pretty big hype, and so we always chat about it. Always chatted about that, and even now he says whilst I've heard he's happy at Manly, and I don't think he would be willing to make that move, and that's probably going to hurt the Raiders. If you see where I'm coming from, because like you said, their halves have just not been on.
Are you talking about the Warriors?
Oh, far out! I have not been paying attention. My bad. Sorry, I meant the Warriors. Yeah. You had Miguel has not been at the form that we kind of expect from him. He's been okay, but he's if you know what I'm saying, he just hasn't been at the form we expect.
Yes.
Because he's not playmaking as much as he needs to be in a half. He's running the ball, in my opinion, a little too often. Not getting involved in the last tackle a lot. It's just all the little things that you need from a half, and he's not really ticking them off at the moment.
Here's a question now. Was it the right decision to get rid of Jason Farrell last season?
To get rid of who?
Jason Farrell. I believe they benched him halfway through the season, and because of that, he didn't want any more part of it, and he left.
Yes, it was, and I will give you a reason. He was not in form, and
He wasn't in form, but look where they are now. Jason Farrell, what's his role at Broncos currently?
He's not at the level of a starting SRL half, and it's as simple as that. He's not at the level of an SRL starting half, and that's why I don't think you can sit here and tell me that you would rather be sitting here with Jason Farrell as your starting half rather than Sage Miguel. And
you can't tell me that they had an alright first game, but even in that first game, they didn't do too much the halves. It was more for forwards that were just running over Penrith.
Yeah, definitely.
You can't sit here and tell me, right, that maybe getting rid of Jason Farrell was the wrong decision considering where they are right now.
Yeah, they're just missing the spark, really.
Farrell doesn't provide anything.
I think he's a player that can play off a lot, and I think you don't give him enough credit. He had some good moments in season 1 and at the beginning of season 2. I think you're not giving him enough credit. I think they could really use a guy like Farrell right now.
I think there's a guy that they could use much more than Farrell, but
I just thinking about Farrell's now a hooker. Can he even play half? He switched his position to hooker.
Yeah, he can play halfback then if he switched his position to hooker.
We'll see. I think someone that really they're gonna need to use they'll do well is Mr. Josh's brother James Corcoran, is it? I don't know.
I could be wrong.
But I've got Josh Corcoran in there. Pat Corcoran, and then we're gonna have James Corcoran.
Pat is the hooker, and then it's Josh. Yeah. Okay, it is Josh.
Can Patrick Corcoran play in the half?
Actually.
He might not be a bad option to slot in there, to be honest. What's there? Let me check. Have they stocked the halves this week?
I'd rather
they have. He might not be a bad option. The thing is, they don't really have a hooker to replace him with, do they?
No, they don't really, do they? So.
Yeah. Look, this is what I think. I think the Warriors, they do need a half, or even a might not be too bad, but
yeah, I think it's a good option if they look for one. But I think we need to move on to the next game. I think I've spent too long on this game. I will move on to the next game now, and the very last game of the round was Seagulls v Panthers. Okay, Lachlan, you can read this game out.
So all right, let me run you through it. Right now, all right, I'll speak on this from my perspective because obviously, we're not in great form at the moment. So, our halves have really struggled, which is why we've decided to swap Markley and James Vaughan around to give Markley a chance at halfback to see what he can do, and Vaughan a chance at hooker. Since I mean, people are going to disagree with me with this. I actually think he played pretty well in the trials at hooker. So, came off the bench, played 40 minutes at hooker. So I actually think, might not be a bad option for him. But yeah, we really struggled to attack. And on the other hand, nothing taken away from the Seagulls. I think we're a lot better this week, but there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to definitely agree with you there, Lachlan. The Panthers and Seagulls have already versed twice this season, and the first one was so much more one-sided than this game was. I think the Panthers played a much better game this week than they have the past couple. I think both their defense and their attack has improved tremendously to what they were in the first round and the trials.
I think our defense has improved. I think our attack though was probably still not subpar. I mean, we made less errors, but I actually listen. People are going to disagree with this. I actually think our defense isn't that bad. It's just with how much we're struggling to make meters upfield and how many errors we're making. Eventually, our defense is going to crack. We can't just keep them out forever.
Exactly. I agree with you there.
And I think our attack is poor though, which is why we've moved Markley to halfback this week to try to spark something.
Do you think he's a sparky halfback, do you?
Well, he's done stuff out of hooker before. There's nothing telling me he's going to do something. He can't do something out of halfback.
Yeah, I agree.
He has a really good kicking stat. Vaughan maybe sparks something at dummy half. He did it in the trials. He scored a try hooker in the trials from an intercept. So, I'm just saying maybe this might be the move that could change our season around. But yeah,
if it does, I'll give you full credit for it because.
Yeah, we've got a long way to go. Another thing that's concerning about attack at the moment is right now, like even more so than the Warriors, it seems like our strategy is just pass it to Brody Kennedy and hope for the best, which isn't great.
It's not a great strategy, I'll say that. But we'll get to Manly now. We won't spend too long on them because we probably need to spend a little less on so we can get to other stuff as well as a lot in the episode to unpack. But I will get to the Manly forwards. Like I think Manly's forward pack, and it's shown for the first 2 weeks. Such as Jesse Bennett, like both Sadler and Jesse Bennett have been so good. I think. Would you guys agree? Let me know if you agree with this. But would you guys agree that Jesse Bennett and Bo Sadler have been the top 2 forwards in the comp over the first 2 weeks?
It's tough to say at the moment because it's such an early competition at the moment. But so far, I think Jesse Bennett has been phenomenal. Just the way he takes up his carries and the amount of plays he gets involved, I think he's definitely up there for the top forwards.
Yeah, for sure.
For me personally, I actually think my top, if we're talking top forward, I actually think Chris Lord's gone way under the radar in the first 2 rounds.
He has, yeah. He was a little quiet in round 2, but...
no, I still think he had a decent game.
He had a decent game, yeah, for sure. But he just wasn't at his round 1 standards, is what I'm saying. His round 1 standards.
But that was an incredible standard for a lock.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's just a low standard from what I'm giving him a compliment in saying that he has been so good that people say that's quiet. I'd say that's quiet for what his round one standard, because he had 2 try assists and a try in his first game. He's been bloody ridiculous.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, I also think another guy that's gone way under the radar is Mr. SR Comish himself, Logan Strange. He's been making quite a lot of meters and made 64 tackles. Is that the top of the tackle count?
64?
Yeah, he's second on the tackle count.
And he's
third,
behind
64
behind
in the
Luke
first
Shaw.
2 weeks. I thought you said 64 in round 2. I was like, what the hell?
No, he's second. He's second overall in the tackle count, which is pretty good.
I'm tied with
That's
Logan,
really
mate.
good.
I'm tied.
Yeah, you're tied, and then we have Luke Shaw.
Then we got Luke Shaw, the big boy. Good on him.
He's also made 5 line breaks and 2 tackle breaks over the first couple of weeks, which is pretty decent for a lock. So I think he's gone pretty good under the radar too.
Yeah, Logan Strange goes alright, doesn't he? He goes good.
I don't know what you guys think.
I definitely agree with you. He does go very under the radar just because of the fact that he doesn't make those flashy plays, but he definitely is up there for one of the best forwards in the game at the moment, and he has been for the past probably two seasons.
Look, this is my opinion. I know people are going to disagree with me. I actually think he goes under the radar just because he is the commissioner's player.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely think he's one of the best forwards in the game and no one notices.
Yeah.
So, Commish, I know you're watching this. Your play is something special that no one notices.
Getting some bonus.
Alright, what's next we have?
Okay.
Next on the agenda.
So next on the agenda is we have got some. So we have got the round 2 power rankings. Let me get them up. Okay, these were created by the SRL 360 members, mainly Josh Butterfield. So the power rankings are Seagulls are in first. Well deserved. Anyone got any thoughts on the Seagulls?
Nah, they don't deserve that spot. Honestly, they do not deserve that at all.
Never been good.
Nah, I reckon they should be at least 4th. I think Souths have been the best team so far.
I think Manly have done really well.
No, they haven't done very well.
The only other team that I could see in the number 1 spot at the moment is South Sydney. I think Manly and South Sydney have maintained their form from last year, and they're just on another level to the rest of the comp, really.
I think them and South Sydney.
Yeah,
I think at the moment, I know it's very cliche, like, oh, you're only 2 rounds in, anything could happen. But at the moment, to be fair, anything could happen considering what happened to Manly last season. But at the moment, I think we're heading towards a rematch at the grand final.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But there's only one other team that I could really see making some sort of a surprise, and could surprise us.
For me, that team's the Raiders, but I don't know. Maybe someone else has a different opinion.
I think it could be. This is controversial, but I think the Broncos have the potential. They definitely have the firepower.
Yeah, they do.
They
need to get the stuff right.
This is my opinion. How many tries did they? Can someone just correct me? How many tries did they score in round 1?
Raiders.
The Broncos.
The Broncos. They scored 2.
And both of them were scored by Levi Raymond.
Yep.
Levi Raymond has either set up or scored every single Broncos try of the season.
Yeah.
What happens, right? We saw this happen to the Eels last season. I think that was their biggest downfall. What happens if Levi Raymond's just off one game?
They lose.
What happens if he can't carry the team for 7 weeks plus 2 weeks plus 3 weeks for a grand final? 10 weeks is going to be.
I definitely see what you're saying, Lachlan. But what I'm saying is that they have the firepower. They definitely have the potential. If all of their players play their part, but at the moment it's basically only Levi Raymond and probably a couple other forwards or so. who are really playing to their potential, and that's the reason why they're not really winning by a good amount at the moment, or even winning in general.
Yeah, fair enough then.
So who else is on the ladder? Except
Yeah.
for Manly Sea Eagles.
Okay. It's the Rabbitohs.
Deserved. Love that team. Go Rabbitohs.
Anyone else got any thoughts on them?
I think I've really liked to have brought players up and they've turned them into instant stars pretty much. Like Isaac Edwards, Ash Crutcher. They could be the first thing in the halves for New South Wales.
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy considering I believe they're both benched last year.
I don't even think it's out of the question. The only players that were named in the squad in the New South Wales squad that was a primary that could play halfback besides Ash is Mark Lee. And Mark Lee is playing his first game at halfback this week. Unless he shows off, I don't think Ash will take that spot taken.
I do have something to say on that, but I think I'll leave it to talk about our likely Blues team because I do have a few things to say on that and the likelihood that Mark Lee gets it. But I think we'll move on for now.
Alright. Third?
Third is our North Queensland Cowboys.
Yeah. I'm happy for them, especially when you got your former teammates over at Cowboys. It's good to see them actually succeeding on another team. They could have been here and losing, so good on them. It's alright.
Yeah. The thing about the Cowboys is they're probably only third based upon their attack. They've got the second highest 4, so second highest points scored. But their defense, whilst it has been okay, especially this round, they've let in a couple too many tries. That's something they're going to need to work on if they want to verse either Manly or South Sydney and hope to win.
All right. Fourth? Who's fourth?
I've got something to add on the Cowboys, but but as to your comment on they let in too many points, Raiders, who we consider as a good team, don't we? They let them to 0 points.
No.
Who says that? What the hell?
I think Lachlan commented on saying they could win a premiership.
I would disagree. I don't think that they are a great
team. Okay, I can say why. Lachlan, didn't you say earlier that you can say Raiders winning a premiership?
Yeah, I can. I think they're I think they have the firepower. I think they've been off these first 2 rounds. Even against the Eels, they didn't have the great. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but the stats didn't really show they had an alright performance. But it was only against the Eels, who have not been great to start this year. But I think they have the spark power. You know, Jack O'Neill hasn't had the greatest start to the season. You know, Luke Thompson is still good as ever. Mark Iron, if he gets a bit involved more, you know, their spine, most of them have been below standard. If they get up to standard, then they can push on for a final spot. That's what I'm saying. And look at them last year. They had a shocking first 4 weeks. They were, I think, 1 from 4 over the first 4 weeks, and they won 3 straight to make finals. So, yeah, anything can happen.
Facts. I was fourth.
So fourth is the New Zealand Warriors, who lost this week. Any thoughts on them?
Yeah, I think they deserve that. They're good enough to be in
the Warriors. The Warriors at the moment aren't playing 80-minute games. They're only really in it for the first, 40, 50 minutes, and then they kind of slack off. You saw it in the Rabbitohs game where it was a bit of back and forth, and then once one try went in, the Rabbitohs were able to pack on another couple on top of it.
Oh, wow! The trash talk in this chat right now, man. Sorry to interrupt the show, but damn.
What's going on?
the big head himself, Matt Harris, reckons the Eels won't make the finals at this rate.
Oh, sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Jesse Bennett's or the Eagles. Sorry. Will they make finals?
Exactly. Yeah, you get carried. Nah, it's alright. Leave that to the SRL show.
We're just joking, Matt.
Leave it to I'm not joking. Right.
I'm joking, Matt. I'm saying I'm joking.
Alright, who's fifth, anyways?
Fifth. Who's fifth? The fifth place is the Brisbane Broncos. They played better. They played better this week against the Cowboys.
Have they won though?
Yeah, they beat the Cowboys.
Oh, true.
Levi Raymond, who I didn't even realise until this episode, had five bloody try assists.
That is absolutely insane.
In that game, that is surely a record. Come on.
I think it would have to be a record. I don't think I can remember a single game where someone had.
I don't remember a time where someone has more than two. No, I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do as well. But 5 try assists is actually pretty crack. It's pretty cracker, eh? It's pretty good. Good on Levi.
Levi's playing some good footy at the moment, and he will be the key to the Broncos' success this season.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and I've probably heard some things in my head while I was doing stuff, but I swear a few weeks ago, boys, on the SRL 360, we were just talking down on Levi. Or was that someone else?
I probably was.
No, I think that was me.
Well, I think
I said that, and I'm willing to take my words here. I said that.
Yeah, Levi's just completely shut your mouth, Lachlan. That's a big FU, mate. He directed that right at you, Lachlan. 5 try assists. It's pretty good.
He got 2 tries the previous week. 7 tries scored, 7 try involvements for Levi Raymond.
That's why he's the Kiwi captain, bro. That's why he's the Kiwi captain. Good on him. Always can show up.
Another person in the Broncos team that is really putting in the hard yards. Pete Ferretto, 32 tackles.
An awesome game.
4 line breaks, and even a try. That he played really well that game.
He's transitioning into this lock position really nicely, and I'm really interested to see how he does the rest of the season. Because we know, I think as we've seen, that if he plays well enough, who knows? He could do so much for this Broncos side, and he could be this workhorse that they need for the middle.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Okay, we'll move on to the next team. In 6th, we've got the Canberra Raiders.
Yeah, I think they should stay there.
Yeah, look, this one was tough because I did want to put the Eels a little higher, but I do also think that their performances haven't been amazing.
They also didn't beat the Raiders either, so
yeah, that was probably one of the big things in the decision.
Right, we'll come back. Don't worry. Think so. Nah, the Raiders. I think they'd be a little bit higher if they had someone. What's his name again? Shit, Tim James. I think they'd be a bit higher if they had me. But it's all good. I mean, I've heard Rahul cry about it and him not having me. And good on Canberra for beating us. It's pretty good. It won't happen again, will it? They won't beat us. But I'm going off track. They're a good team. Yeah, but I just think they should be, Oh, actually, no, they should stay in 6. What am I saying?
Okay, in 7th in the power rankings is the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah.
Based on the form, it's probably deserved.
Based on the form, it is deserved, but don't worry. It's only the start of the season, mate. You can't just start doubting us once we just started.
Oh, definitely.
Plus, once it's hard, getting back into place once you've just lost most of your dominant forward pack. Well, not most of it, but like a piece of it. And you also had extra firepower off the bench, and we lost our wingers and centres. We lost Braden Smith, Kobe Thomas, we lost a bunch of other people, and we've had to bring in new rookies to come off the bench and fill in for Braden leaving us, and in the outside backs and all that. So it's a bit hard, trying to learn how to get back in there. And good work to the new boys for showing up. But we just can't get those wins. But we'll get there one day.
Yeah.
So I think we deserve the 7th spot at the moment.
Yeah, the power rankings definitely is not based off potential. If it was, the Eels would be definitely top 3, top 4. You've got Eli Barnes, you've got probably one of the best hookers in the game in Tim James.
Yes.
And even your outside backs aren't terrible. It's just that your form hasn't been great to start the season, and that's the only reason why.
I think it's just I think we're good, but it's just whenever they get on our goal line, we just can't really, show up there and actually, get them back off our line and actually get the ball back. I mean, last week when I was watching the game, last week when I was in there, we had them on our line a couple of times, and most of the times they just didn't end up scoring, but and then it just sort of just cracked down after probably 60, 70 minutes, and they just started scoring tries on us left, right, and centre, and just destroyed us. So I think it's just we need to make sure our pressure's good, our defense is on point. Our forwards are always working hard, and we can assist Eli a bit more because we can't always leave it up to him. So I think we need to give him a break and see what else we can do, and if we can come back from these losses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on to the last.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to the Penrith Panthers.
Shocker of the season so far.
I'll say it always happens, Sorry to be rude to any Penrith players, but, I'm not sure the last 3 seasons you've really, showed me that you guys are actually even a good SRL team. You guys have some good,
this isn't our rookies. This isn't our one.
No, you guys have some good rookies and players and stuff. You just, I don't know if it's the coaching staff or just what's the go with the positions or positional spots, maybe you make a few changes,
We made one this round, don't worry, Tim. I'm going to let you down.
I do think there was a couple of players that you did let go that I don't think you should have. I think, was it Mason Remy left halfway through the season. It was a big rookie forward who was doing a lot of work in the hard yards. Can't remember his name, but he left at the end of the season, and I just think that was a wrong decision.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't have let go of this guy for just Butterfield. Yeah, if he hadn't have gone, we probably would be actually winning right now.
Yeah.
You can't
Butterfield,
say.
this is an SOS call. This is an SOS call.
I don't think me staying there would have.
I don't think Butterfield staying there would have. As good of a player Butterfield is, I don't think a half is going to change your whole team. Jack Carl's actually playing, so.
Well, actually,
Jack Carl's playing good. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't say anything more.
I don't think it's the fact that a half won't change it. I think it's because they do need that second half that has a little bit of experience, but I just don't think that me staying there would have made that big of a difference. I think you'd still be close to the bottom of the leaderboard because the work through the middle, whilst good in parts, has been a little soft in a lot of points, and that's where all the points are piling up.
Yeah. That's all right. I don't know what happened last season, you guys but if I'm thinking wrong, but you guys were leading for most of the second season, and then you just sort of fell off once you lost the
So
last.
if we lose this week, I believe we'll tie for record for most losses in a row. So
Yeah.
Going on from last season, we also lost 2 games last season.
We can't lose too much
We've
games.
won one game. We've won one game since we lost to the Sea Eagles last season when we had our first loss.
You want to be in
We've won one game.
You want to be in the finals, top 4. You can't lose too many games. I reckon 3 is like the max before you start panicking or not making the top 4. So you just got to start looking out for that stuff. It's cracker, but it's all right. I reckon you guys will have something. You guys will go good, all right? Next season.
I hope so, Tim. Next season, not
next
this season.
Not next this season. Maybe next season. But
next season. Thanks,
I got
Tim.
hope.
Thanks.
I got hope. So.
Yeah.
What's going on, Liam?
Let's move on to the next thing. Okay. We have got the predicted lineups for both teams. Which one do we want to start with? Because
both what teams though exactly?
New South Wales and Queensland predicted lineups for Origin. I'm gonna guess we're gonna start with New South Wales because we go the
better team.
The better team will go last. Sorry.
Better team is first. What are you talking about?
Best team will go last, which is Queensland. I'm sorry.
Right.
In likely Blues 1 to 17. Okay, so I'll run through it. We have got in the 1 jersey we predicted Chaz Dingo to get it. On the wings we got Kane Chapman Kenny and
I deserve that.
Tyrone Clay. In the centers, Brody Tandy and Jacob Morrison. In the halves, Jack O'Neill, Mark Lee / Ash Crutcher. Boys, I've got a question. Who do we think wins that half spot? I think it's Crutcher.
I think Mark Lee.
Obviously, Mark Lee.
I actually have a bit to say on this. So, if you want to know, I was the one that wrote these predicted 1 to 17. Just to keep any bias out of it. Look, this is what I think. I think it comes down to how Mark Lee performs this week. If Mark Lee has even a decent game, I think due to the experience, he'll get in, and Ash Crutcher will get a bench utility spot. But if he maybe doesn't perform, Ash Crutcher will get in, and Mark Lee will be the bench utility spot. That's what I think. I think that's literally the only position up for grabs. I think every other position is going to be pretty clear cut from here. Clear cut from here. Sorry, tongue twister there.
Can I just say something on the likely Blue? Oh, actually, I'll wait until you get to the position. I want to talk about that actually.
Okay, in the props, we've got Matthew Harris and Jesse Bennett. In the number 9 jersey, we've got Aaron O'Hare, who is in absolutely amazing form, by the way. In the second rows, we've got Lachlan Martin and Roel Gawal.
Yeah, alright. So, Liam, let me just jump in. So, likely Blues, there's one smoky player that I probably would have said to go in, like, starting or at least bench, because he's not even in the team. Shit, I forgot his name.
Are you talking about Attila Senendag?
Attila Senendag.
Alright, I do have a rebuttal for this. I just think that he has had some good moments. I just think that the players I've put in there are just slightly above him. But if there's,
you think
if one of those players don't perform, then I could see him getting in.
Do you think Lachlan Martin is better than Attila Senendag? Because I don't.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
Oh. Hell no. No way, Jose. Attila's done way more to like assist.
I think it's very close. I do think Attila deserves at least a bench spot. Though,
mate, you don't even have an Eels player in your bloody likely Blues, mate. Like, what is this?
The Eels are running second last.
Luke Short.
Yeah, I got Luke Short. I got big Luke Shorty in there.
Yeah, Luke Short deserves it. I just feel Attila Senendag deserved to be in the likely, but at least he's in the squad, actual thing.
Okay. Should probably move on to the Queensland side.
No, we haven't run
not even finished.
Oh, have we not? Oh, my bad.
Damn
I was playing some Clash of Clans.
Josh, we're gonna have to have a chat in my office.
Alright.
13, we got Jordan Williams in the bench, Brad Goodwin, Luke Short, and then we got Mark Lee / Ash Crutcher, whoever doesn't get the starting half role. Between them, we'll get the bench utility. And in the 17 jersey, it'll be Robbo Mobiston, apparently. So, now we'll move on to the Queensland predicted lineup.
Yeah.
Which is the better team. I'm sorry, guys, but I just think that they're just better. In the number 1 jersey, we got the worst fullback in the comp statistically, Liam Ryan. On the wings,
Second worst.
On the wings,
statistically, is the worst fullback.
Luka Mosca and Joey Kelly.
Deserved.
In the centers, Cherry Evans, Justin Plays. In the halves, Isaac Edwards, Rahan Kowal. I disagree with this. I think Carl Lewis will win the half spot between Rahan Kowal and Carl Lewis. In the prop jerseys, Luke Malkus and Cameron Valentless. In the hooker row, Samuel Atchison. In the 11 and 12 jerseys, we've got Jackson Ellis and Jake Tuss. In the lock roll, we've got Balu Sadler, who's been incredible for Manly this season. In the bench, you got Casey Namana, Liam Rogers, Carl Lewis, and Jack Spillane. All right, thoughts on this lineup?
I can't even say the word. I think I'll get in trouble. Not good. I don't think they're good, eh?
I think it's concerning when their only real option to start at front row is Cameron Relentless, and he's on the bench for the Warriors for a team.
Sorry, they look very desperate out there to get the players. You know, they got the smallest forward. I think the smallest forward, Cameron Relentless. I have seen him smash a couple blokes, which is actually, but like, you know, it's a bit desperate.
They've got other options.
A club bench player on starting, forward.
No, they've got other options.
Do you really?
Yeah, I won't say it because it's our actual thing.
Let me have a look at your squad. Let me have a look at
option. It's quite obvious when you look at it.
Maybe I'm just because I originally named it. Maybe I'm just stupid. I just missed the really obvious player.
There's a player on the bench that you can swap with someone else to make it work.
I guess maybe like I don't know, like Liam Rogers maybe get a start at prop. I know he can play prop, but like I don't think. Huh?
No.
Casey Lamana, maybe, but like I still think that Relentless is the best. Well, I'm gonna keep going then. It's Jack Spillane then. It's Jack Spillane.
No, it's not Jack Spillane.
Well,
so if I just keep saying this, you're gonna eventually tell me who it is.
I don't really want to say what Queensland are gonna do because.
Fine, I'll just go Jackson. It's Jackson Allison.
Probably not.
Is it? I'll just keep naming players until I get it.
I can't say anything. You've said the fire.
Okay, yeah, it's probably Liam Rogers or Casey Namana. And Relentless on the bench, but that's what I think.
I'll actually give something on the Queensland team. They're a good side. On paper, they look pretty good. They've got Liam Ryan fullback. Do you usually play fullback, Liam, or do you play half?
Yeah, I do play fullback usually. Well, not usually, but I played that this season. I've played 2 games, haven't been too good.
Yeah, no. They got Luka Moscow and Joey. Obviously Joey Kelly as my teammate. Met Clubley, and he's actually been like so good. He's been probably our best player so far in the two first games of the season. Scoring. I believe he scored like a try in every game so far, so that's pretty good. His kick returning, it's iconic and it's actual mad how he does it. They got. I think this is spelt wrong. They got their half partner. Okay.
Rahan.
What? Okay, yeah, Rahan Kowal and Isaac Edwards. Sorry, I think they spelt that wrong. It's not like that. But they got Isaac Edwards and Rohan. These 2 players have been good for their clubs. Isaac Edwards has been talked up a lot. How good he is at what club does he play for? The Souths. He plays for the Souths.
Who's this? Sorry.
Isaac Edwards.
Yeah, Souths.
Yeah, Isaac Edwards and Rohan. He's been good for the Cowboys. So that's a good pick for the halves. No, their forwards are Luke Malkus and Cameron Relentless. Luke Malkus, last time I checked, he was an amazing player. He's the captain. Is he the captain of the team? Yeah, he is. But Cameron Relentless, I don't know. I don't want to, talk too much trash about Cameron because I don't mind him. He's not a bad player, but I just don't think he should be starting when he doesn't even start at Clubland. Second row, Jake Tuss and Jackson Allison. Yeah, they're good. I think 13, Bo Sadler's. He's been probably the best player for. Holy sh! Someone help me out here. What team does he play for?
Who?
Bo Sadler.
He plays for Manly.
Yeah, Manly. He's been the best player for Manly so far, I reckon. And then their bench is, I don't know who they are, but I know Kyle Lewis. He was good for Manly last season. I seen him in the grand final. He was actually good. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that team.
Look, I know, we were talking about this before game, and I won't go into much depth about it, but I think even with the eligibility debacle, this team would be both teams would be basically the same. So I don't think the eligibility would have changed much in terms of the teams.
Yeah. All right. So those are the Queensland and New South Wales likely teams. So now we'll move on to the next topic of the episode, and that will be some news in the SRL. We'll quickly run through it, and this will be very quick. The very first piece of news, and one of the only pieces of news this week, is Lachlan Martin will take over captaincy for the Penrith Panthers in huge news that takes Nathan Fisher out of captaincy.
What happened to Nathan Fisher? Why do you step down?
So I guess I'll come in here and take it. He just doesn't have time for it anymore. Simple as that. No rift or anything. He's still part of the captaincy staff. He's still my vice captain. But
does that mean he steps down as Ponga's captain or Pacifica's team, whatever team we are now?
I'm not sure.
Does that mean he steps down as us, or is he not?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but I do know he doesn't have time for Penrith captaincy anymore, so we handed it off to me. That's all it is.
All right.
There's no drama behind it or anything. It's just as simple as that.
That's fair to him then.
Yeah. No, he did so good as a captain. I believe he was one of the best.
He had to have done good. We got Club of the Year last year for how good organised that club was, and he also got Captain of the Year in season 1.
Yeah, that's well deserved. So good on Nathan. I was glad to play under you as my captain. So good on you.
Okay, and some more news in the SRO. This is just on the league content page. Around the league, the SRL comics did shout out to him. He is an amazing guy and amazing at doing his job. He doesn't get enough credit, and he puts so much time into this league, and I'm grateful for everything he does. But we'll get to the news quickly. Mark Lee, he has been named in the halves this week. Is he the answer to Panthers' woes in the regular halves with 5'8" James Thorne finding himself in a lengthy form slump? Is he? Is he the answer, boys?
So I don't know. Has he ever played in halves? But no, this is his first time, mate. Sorry.
I
want to say this thing. Yeah. I believe this is the first game in the SRL we have not had Barkley at hooker. Penrith has not had Barkley at hooker.
Yeah. In the SRL that's Oh, I don't know. Hey, I don't know how he plays. Cause I don't really watch him that much, but good luck to him. I reckon he'll have a good game at halfback. Hopefully he can solve Penrith's problems this week and actually win. So yeah, good on him.
Yeah, he's got a good chance this week. They are playing I believe they are playing quite. They're playing the North Queensland Cowboys. All right. So it should be a test for him to start off with. Okay, in the next piece of news, we have Joey Kelly. Has the move to Parramatta been the best decision for Kelly's career? After 8 losses in a row. 8. 8 of them in a row. Carrying over from season 2 Broncos.
Yeah, no, Joey's, when I seen that he was coming over to Parramatta, I was ecstatic about it. I was really happy for him to come and actually we can pair up and see how we go. And trial games, we looked pretty promising. He looked awesome, and then comes round 1, round 2. Most para players we just haven't been turning up that much, and Joey, training and the games he's always throwing 100% as a winger, and he's always putting in that work. So he's helped us put some points on the board and all that stuff. So good on him.
Yeah, for sure. And Will Kay, as we've touched on earlier, his Warriors have confirmed their interest in him, but he's apparently not going to leave. So, and then next piece of news, we've got the Souths. They've got 2 wins to their opening campaign, and do they have the right to start having the feeling that this actually could be their year? This could be the year they win the premiership. Do they?
Yeah, look, at the moment, they're my pick at the moment, South. I think they're playing some terrific footy. But defense is rock solid. Their attack is flawless. Isaac Edwards, what a player he is at the moment. And the scary thing is, Liam Ryan's been pretty quiet, and they're still winning quite convincingly.
Yeah. Souths are, obviously they beat the Eels, and they showed how smoky they are so far in the season. So I reckon they can, maybe they can pick up the minor premiership in my eyes. But, going up against maybe Manly if they make it to the grand final, I think it'll be a bit of a tough game.
They actually play Manly this week.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
It's a huge test this week. We'll see how they are actually what we think they are. Okay, and the next piece of news, we're saying Brahanka Wow for the Cowboys after seeing half his team cleared out after season 2. Will he be the key to the Cowboys' charge towards a first finals berth for the club? I think he personally can be, but it will be other players that will take them to the finals. I think it'll be Chris Lord.
I think it's going to be. I think it depends on if Tyler Amatangi and Damien Moana can continue their form, because I think they've really impressed me over the opening couple of rounds, and if they can, do that, continue their X factor while playing quality footy, there's no reason the Cowboys can't make the finals.
I mean, if Tyler Amatangi can't play good footy, I mean, they have Luka Moscow to shift there.
And there's no reason he should be dropped yet. He's been playing terrific footy. I'm just saying. Sometimes, I think this happened with Villa Barnes a bit last season. Although he did win this MVP, it did happen a bit. We're seeing it happen a bit this season. Although I still think that he has been a bit unwarranted criticism. But I think sometimes with these sparky players, they'll have off games. I hope that doesn't happen to them, though. I'm hoping that doesn't happen to them.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we've got next thing. And the last piece of news for around the league. Unrest brewing after snapping their 7-game losing streak. A rift between a Broncos senior player and a Brookie could tear their season apart. This is just sad for the Broncos.
I haven't heard about this. The rift. Obviously,
who's the player in the photo?
No, but they must be.
Justin plays.
Yeah, but
who's the player in the photo though? On the league content, who's the player in the photo?
That one on the Broncos thing, it's Justin Players.
Yeah. I'd hope if it was just. I don't think it. Yeah, I doubt it'd be just Players. There's probably just a player that is using for it.
Yeah,
but
it's cracker.
Who could? Anyone heard any info on who it could be?
I don't care who it is. It's just.
Should I put on my Buzz Rothfield cap and be like, well,
it was probably. Of course, it was Broncos players flying with each other. They, in the NRL, they were always doing it. They're flying with each other, and now you got in the SRL, we're just cracking at each other. So I probably wouldn't be surprised if it was that big buffet Jackson Allison having a go at all the rookies, eh? I'm not a fan of his, so I'm just gonna put it on him.
He doesn't play.
It's not my piece to jump in on though. Hopefully they can figure out their differences.
Yeah, they need to figure it out. But he doesn't play for the Broncos.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what?
What's
Allison plays for Manly.
Oh, dude, I am sorry.
Oh my god, Tim.
So my mind is in the past right now. Then I don't know who it could be then. Sorry, Jackson.
I think that the Broncos, they just need to not be having drama in their squad. That's the one thing they don't need, and they need to fix. They just don't need to have drama, and I think they really could push hard, and they just need to not have this drama.
What I will say, right, is something I think could be a positive is if this is between a senior and a senior and a rookie, right? Now that he's posted, everyone knows it's there. So maybe they took this opportunity to sort of be like, hey man, sorry about what we've done. Let's move on. Type thing.
Yeah.
So I'd hope that's what happened. I'd hope that's what happened in DMs. Obviously, we're not going to know about it. And to be fair, we'll probably never know what players it is. Commercial, we won't.
Yeah, nah. No, drama will always sometimes happen. Eels have had it before, but we got past that easily, and we went on to we went on to get the minor premiership, I think, that season, or we won the premiership. I know, but drama sometimes
it happened early last season, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, drama sometimes happens. It can't always not go out drama. So hopefully Broncos can fix up their problems and get past it, and hopefully we can see them, pull the Eels and actually, go good.
For sure. So in the next thing we've got in the SRL 360 show, we have got the tips for round 3. What are our tips? So the games of the round are, so the very first game is, we have got 6:30 Tuesday night, Panthers v Cowboys.
Oh, that's jeez. Cowboys. Sorry, Panthers boys, Lachlan. But
don't worry.
I think Cowboys are going to get way past you.
I want us to win desperately. It'd be awesome to start our first game as captaincy with a good win, but I just hope that we try for the entire game. All right, that's all I hope at the moment.
Look, I think the Panthers could pull it off.
Butters, don't give me hope, please. No, Butters, don't give me hope, please. Please.
I think the potential has and always will be there. You've got Kennedy, who's top 3 fullback easily, and then Carl's been playing some good footy in the halves. It's just trying to get the most out of Thorn at the moment is probably yeah, and I think that could be a good move for him. Just playing a little more freely rather than having to focus on being the marquee player, the big player for the Panthers that he's been talked up to be for the past couple seasons.
Well said, Butters.
Yeah. So my tip for this game is, I sadly think the Cowboys just got a little bit too much. I'll go Cowboys 1-12, and I'll tip, and I'll go Kobe Johnston's score. And okay, so move on to the next game of this blockbuster round in round 3. We got arguably one of the best clashes of the season in the Rabbitohs versus the Seagulls. What are our tips on this?
What game was it?
Rabbitohs v Seagulls.
Probably Rabbitohs. Probably 12 plus.
13 plus.
Wait, what game is this? Sorry, I'm so confused.
Rabbitohs Seagulls.
Yeah, Rabbitohs 13 plus easily. No way, Manly gonna win this game.
I don't I don't know because
You
I
don't
really
know.
loved what Isaac Edwards and Ash Ketchum can bring for the Rabbitohs, and I feel like this is the type of game where your self-lean would stand up. So I'm gonna make a big call and tip the Rabbitohs 13 plus in a big performance.
Oh wow. I think we'll win 1-12. It'll be very tough, and Manly are a very good side. So we're gonna need to really rack up in defence and make sure we can plate high, and I think we'll win. And for the next game of the round, we have got the Raiders v Broncos. Who are active for this one?
Rob, Broncos 13 plus. I think.
Butters, who's your tip?
Butters isn't alive anymore, I think. What's happened to Butters?
Butters, are you alive?
I am alive.
Sorry. Yeah.
Butters, who's your tip for Raiders v Broncos?
Raiders v Broncos. Yikes, that's going to be a tough one. I think it's the Broncos.
I'm gonna make a bold call of this game. I'm gonna say this is the game that sparks the Raiders in action for a big push towards finals, and with a Jack and field goal to seal it up.
That is huge. I think you could be onto something here, and something that I've noticed throughout the week that I've noticed interesting. I think that the team list, I think the Raiders. Oh no, yeah, the Raiders did stay unchanged. Oh no, is this Dom Toretto guy new? He is. Joseph
Red Eye.
Black's Dom Toretto. There's this new guy for the Raiders coming in this week for Joseph Black. So
Good work, Dom Toretto.
Black is surprisingly been out of the side, who had a huge game in his basically that's his retirement. He had
Why'd he retire?
He went inactive pretty much.
200 run meters, and he had his just last best game. Is this going to be huge for the Raiders? I don't know, but because of it, and because of the Raiders' inconsistency in early in the season, I will tip them. I'm going to tip the Broncos here, 1-12. And for the last game of the round, we've got Warriors v Eels.
Yeah, Eels are 1-12, and anytime Eli Barnes, you know, I'm pretty sure he beat them in the trials. Yeah, we beat them in the trials, I think. And we all know Warriors, and I'm sorry to trash on the team and all that stuff. I don't mind all their players, but they're not up for it, I think. Hopefully Eagles actually can back up my word for this one, because I'd look like a major fool if I said that. So Eagles are probably going to win this one, but yeah, no, I can't say.
Yeah, for sure. So Butters, who's your tip for this?
They can't. Yeah, they
Yeah,
can't.
I'm unable to tip on this.
I thought you were about to tip
No. Making my commentating debut, so I obviously can't make.
Oh, he is tipping on this. Lachlan can't tip on this either. Okay, so I'll give my tip then. So my tip for this is, I'm going to go the Eels to get their first win in a bold call, and I'm going to go Eli Barnes at a hat trick. He is going to have an absolute huge game here.
Absolutely a massive game.
And he's going to get a hat trick, and he's, as I said, and Eels going to walk out with 13 plus dub.
Yeah, what a lovely call. I love that.
So you should. And then, okay, and that will just about wrap up the episode here. And thank you everyone for watching. Make sure this week in the SRL chat, I've noticed one tip I noticed is, guys, let's just not have a toxic environment in the chat. I keep saying this more and more. It's just a toxic environment and people doing silly crap. and putting silly crap in there. The commission just doesn't want you to be silly and do silly stuff over and over again. Like, it gets annoying. So try and not be toxic in chats, and we'll be all good. All right, guys.
Yeah,
That'll wrap up
guys,
the
come on.
That'll wrap up the